Are you thinking about making a move to Nashville, Tennessee? Then you want to stay tuned because in today's video, I'm talking everything is going to happen in Nashville in 2023. Are we going to have a recession? Is the housing market going to slow down? Let's get at it right now. If this is the first time to the channel and you want to find out everything there is to know about Nashville, Tennessee, then subscribe and hit the bell button down below to be the first one to know about the current market in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm Elisabetta Sheehan with Wiker Realtors, the End Use Group. I receive text messages, phone calls, emails every day from people just like you that need help in moving to Nashville, Tennessee. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give me a call, shoot me a text, email me. All my contact information are posted below so I can help you make a smooth move to the Nashville area. Is the Nashville market going to slow down? So first, let me tell you that like everywhere else in the nation, yes, we did have a little bit of a slowdown and we are seeing a correction in the market. What does that mean? It means that compared to 6 months ago, when we still had multiple offer situation across the board, like you will put a house on the market and we will receive, like depending obviously on the home, but it wasn't uncommon to have 10, 12, even more offer on a home for way over asking, right? So that was the norm and we kind of got used to that, but that is a very, very unique and exceptional situation. We have to remember that we are coming from 2 years of what we call a pandemic, right? So things were very, very different. A lot of people started to think that they wanted to move, they wanted to have a bigger home because they had to homeschool their kid, they have to work from home, so they needed a bigger space, and it wasn't important anymore where people would live because working remotely, you can work anywhere, right? So interest rates were at a historic low. Everything was moving so fast. And let me tell you, I think that wasn't really a healthy market to work with. I know personally as a realtor that was very, very difficult. Like I work with a lot of buyer. I relocated a lot of people in the last 2 years here in Middle Tennessee, and it was tough. You know, sometimes we have to bid several times in order to get into a home, right? And we had to kind of maybe leave behind what was our ideal scene. You know, if a home will check all the boxes or maybe didn't check all the boxes, what was good enough, and we could actually bid on it and make sure that we could get into it. So that was the situation of Nashville only, I will say, 6 months ago. We started to see a little bit of a slowdown probably around April, May, and then into the summer, things were definitely cooling off a little bit, but we still had multiple offers on like homes that were presented well on the market. Now multiple offers are not really what we have here in Nashville, and I believe nationally is it's the norm now. So we have gone back to more of a normal market. It's not a buyer market yet, at least here in Nashville. And let me tell you, real estate is very, very local. So what we have here in Nashville may not be what LA, Chicago, New York are experiencing. First of all, just a couple of days ago here on the news, we heard that Nashville in 2023 is going to be number 5 in the market for real estate. And there are a couple of reasons why this is happening. I'm actually going to go with one of the resources that I have, which in this case is Zillow. And I'm gonna actually read what Zillow is saying about Nashville. Nashville is predicted to be the 5th hottest real estate market of 2023, according to a new study by Zillow, as I just said to you. Their rankings are based on an analysis of home value growth, recent housing market velocity, projected changes in the labor market, home construction activity, and number of homeowner household, and of course, a large pool of likely buyers, right? So while the nationwide real estate market is expected to cool a little bit this year, Greater Nashville Realtors said Music City is in a position to see growth over 2023. So what does this mean? Jesse means that in Nashville, we still have low inventory. The supply that we have here is not meeting the demand. And if you think that the projection of actually outstaters and that are coming into Middle Tennessee are to be like around 100,000 in the next few years. So that's a lot of people moving here still in the area, but we still do not have enough inventory to, enough supply to meet that demand. We have seen an expansion in new construction. We have seen different part of town just expanding and having plans of building a focal point for that part of town where they will have the nice restaurants and all the shopping. So that's happening in different area of town just to serve people that are coming here, so that they don't have necessarily to commute in and out downtown. And if they are in different suburbs, they're well served right there where they are. And I wanted to mention here, because you might notice that here and there I might stumble on my words, and I'm not gonna edit those stumbles out of my video, because if you don't know, I was born and raised in Milan, Italy. English is not my first language. Italian is my first language, and I also speak French and Spanish. So apology when my accent might go a little bit crazy. But let's go back to 2023 Nashville, Tennessee. So as I said before, real estate is hyper local. So I am focusing on what's happening here in Nashville, Tennessee. And let me tell you, yes, things are different, but I do not believe that we're going to see that big of a slowdown. First of all, I wanted to make sure that even if we're talking about a recession, I just want to let you know that not all the time a recession doesn't mean house crash. We are in a very different situation that we were when the 2008 and 2009 real estate crash hit. And I'm gonna tell you why. Back then, it was very, very easy to get a mortgage, and pretty much everybody that had a mortgage, just to keep up with the pace of the economy, decided to borrow against the equity of their home. So they basically find themselves in a situation where they owe more than the house was valued at. And that is a bad position to be. In recent years, equity for homeowners had grown significantly, and we have a different situation. Actually, people have averaging in the country about 33 to 45% equity gain in the last, maybe decade or more. I don't know exactly how long that took, but it's a different situation. So people do not owe more than the house's value, and the prices of the house are actually not crashing. Maybe we're seeing a little bit of a depreciation or deceleration, which means that we were used to double digit until a few months ago. Actually, in Brentwood and Franklin, we have seen appreciation to 35, 37% yearly. And that's unheard of, and most likely it's not going to happen anytime soon. If you were thinking about relocating here and then all of a sudden you thought, I'm not going to, make the move. Or if you're already in the area and you wanted to buy or sell and you think no, I am going to wait because things are going to go back where they were. Well, I hate to be the one to tell you, because it's a hard pill to swallow. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but that is not going to happen. Tidying everything together with a little bit of a deceleration, normalization, homes that are staying on the market a little longer, but prices are not crashing. It's just going to happen at a slower pace. We're not going to see a jump in home value year by year of 35%. We go back to 4.5%, 5%, which is a great return on your investment. And depending on the area here in Nashville, that might be even a little bit higher for 2023. And I want to tie everything in with interest rate. I know that until a few months ago, we had interest rate, we were used to see like 3%, 2.8%. Now things are very different. Unfortunately, inflations goes hand in hand with mortgage interest rates. So we have a very high inflation right now, so interest rates have gone up. Are they high right now? Yes, they are. Are they ways that you can actually knock them down? Yes, absolutely. And I urge you to maybe reach out to me for that. And if you already are working with a lender, make sure that it's a local lender here for the Nashville, Tennessee, Middle Tennessee area. Just talk to him, and there are ways that you can actually knock down the rate. I have a couple of graphs that I want to project here for you. First of all, I want to show you that it's not true that even if we have a recession, home prices are going to crash. And you can see in this graph, prices are actually held up quite a bit, even in past recessions. So we have to keep that in mind when we are talking about a possible recession, right? So again, real estate is hyper-local. So that doesn't mean that in Nashville, we're going to experience the same slowdown or even the same price decrease that, for example, projection are saying about California, LA. That's going to be completely different. So talking about Nashville, we have a very, very healthy market here that continues to grow and continues to bring more people in. I do believe that we always going to buy and sell home, and we have to realize that we do things when the time is right for us, and there are a lot of different things that we can do to make that time right for us. If we really need to move, if we need to relocate, if we need to buy, there are several ways that personally I can help you, but know that there are ways to make the move very smooth and a very easy transition, even when the economy seems to be playing tricks on you. Okay, here's another thing that I wanted to talk about. Nashville has maybe the most dynamic economic engine in the country. Nashville continued to just drive forward. Housing supply has increased over recent months, but it's still not enough to keep up with the demand. So I said that before, and I continue to say we have a very, very strong economy. We have a lot of corporations that had moved here in town. More are moving in different part of the city, and that brings a lot of new jobs. So we have a low unemployment here, which is great, and that keeps the economy really, really thriving, right? Also, I wanted to make a point, probably you know already, if you have been studying the area for a possible move, you know that the state of Tennessee does not have state income taxes. So that is a huge saving for families that are moving here in Tennessee in order of extra money that you have in your pocket to provide for your family. And also real estate here, compared to some other big city, we have seen a lot of influx from California, where real estate is very expensive and the property taxes are crazy expensive. Here in Tennessee, property taxes are low. So that's another area where you can save money. So all in all, 2023 for Nashville is going to be a strong year. I also wanted to mention again about interest rate and what we're seeing here in the greater Nashville area, where our association is saying. Interest rates might continue to fall, but very slowly. But supply is also going to fall. So if you want to have the most options, the most bang for your buck, now it's the time to get out with a real estate professional and look for something. And again, a recession doesn't mean falling home prices. At the time of this video, this is a really good moment to get back on the saddle and start shopping for homes. The competition is definitely less and also huge. We have seen a lot of seller concession coming back. The last couple of years, we didn't have that luxury to be able to ask the seller to do repairs or even to help with closing costs. Right now, we have all of that back in the picture. So we're back negotiating with sellers. So we are back doing a regular inspection. In the last year, all we have done is a failed pass inspection, which means you do your inspection and you still have a way out if you find out things that are not optimal with a property, but you at that point you have waived the rights to ask the sellers for repairs. So right now there is no need to do that. We can go in and do a regular inspection, take our sweet time to do that. We can ask the seller for repairs. We can ask some help towards closing costs or even towards buying down the rates. There is a lot of good things as a buyer that you can actually take advantage of right now. Inventory is not at its best, but in Nashville, we are going to lack supply still this year. We are not going to see that increase of inventory as much as we would love to see. For a market to be normalized and be like not tipping whether towards a buyer or a seller market, it needs to have pretty much 6 months of inventory, which means if nobody's gonna put an extra home on the market, the current inventory will serve the demand for 6 months. So we are not even half close to that. We are below the 3% here in Nashville. So I think I cover a lot of things, but I would love to say one more thing here, and I'm gonna project it for you so you can see it clearly. You can take your time to read it. A recession doesn't mean falling home prices. To show that home prices don't fall every time there's a recession, he helps to turn to historical data. As the graph below illustrates, looking at recessions going all the way back to the 80s, home prices appreciated in 4 of the last 6 of them. So historically, when the economy slows down, it doesn't mean home values will always fall. So I'm not giving you my opinion, and I don't listen to other opinions. You know, sometimes I know that when we talk real estate with our family, with our friends, we tend to listen a lot of opinions, but I just showed you those are facts. Those are statistics that are coming from years of historic data. So I hope that that helps. Also, I wanted to show another graph here about interest rates because again, I want to bring positivity to the 2023 market, Nashville real estate market, but also in general, national real estate market, okay? So look at this graph, and you see that research also helps paint the picture of how a recession could impact the cost of financing a home. As the graph below shows, historically, each time the economy slowed down, mortgage rates decreased. So this is what I wanted to also point out, that we have seen like a peak in interest rates, but as the Feds are getting a handle of inflation and whether or not we're going to see a recession, I think we're probably going to see a little bit of it, to be honest with you. Interest rates are going to drop, so your buying power again is going to increase. So but do not wait to see interest rates hit the 3%, because unfortunately those numbers are gone. I don't think we're gonna see that numbers again in the near future. And this brings me to the end of this video. We talk a lot about Nashville, about even national. Again, Nashville 2023 as a good market, projection to be number 5 in the country for all the reasons that we talk about it, a thriving economy, low unemployment, a lot of jobs are moving in town, still a lot of people moving here, and a lot of buyers demand. So while history doesn't always repeat itself, we can definitely learn from the past, and according to historical data, in most recessions, home values have appreciated and mortgage rates have declined. So there you have it. Again, my name is Elisabetta Sheehan with Weicker Realtors, the End Use Group. I receive everyday phone call, text, emails from people just like you that need help in relocating to the Middle Tennessee area. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, all my contacts are posted below so I can help you make a smooth move to Nashville, Tennessee. Thank you so much for watching today. I'll see you in my next video.